Finally, we're back. So, the biggest issue with this VL, as everyone decided to comment in the last video, is the subframe and the lock that's been kicked out. Now, right off the bat, that lock was not my fault. I was going through the boot. I know in the glove box, there's a button to unlock the boot, but it doesn't work. I worked that out, so I was going through the back seats, had a coat hanger, I was almost there, and then someone decided to smash the lock out. We'll just leave that one there. I'm gonna replace it, it'll be fine. Anyway, it's finally time to do the subframe. Now in this video, I'm gonna get it done. It's already 3 PM. I don't know if I'll have the light to finish it off today, and I might run into heaps of issues. I really hope not. Got to remember that subframe has been sitting there for the better part of probably 25 years. I have no idea why it's not even in the car. It's all a mystery. We're going to find it out today. Should be a good video. I've got a $200 brand new microphone, and I'm keen to get into it. Let's get straight into it. First thing to do is get this car up on the jack so we can get rid of this trolley. This trolley is great for when you need it, but if you don't need it and you have wheels and a subframe, you want it on wheels and a subframe. Way more reliable, way more safer. Next, drop the car on the jack stand. Make sure to put the jack stands under a strong piece of metal. Last thing you want is your project car's frame to be completely dented and bent because you put the jack stand somewhere that can't support the car's weight. Alright, so we have a block of wood holding up the actual boot bonnet, just so we have the space for it. And there's the actual subframe itself. So as we see, we've jacked up the car, so we have the space to, just lift it up, and then there it is. The subframe looks complete. It's got the steering rack, brakes, suspension, all the shit you need. The only thing we're missing is a few bolts, but that's the least of the issues. Main thing is just getting it in to start off with. As long as we can do that, we should be alright. So we can't just fit it under and just throw it all under at the same time, so that's the plan. We're gonna take it all off. We've already sprayed all the bolts that have not been touched in about 25 years with our degreaser that cost $2, so hopefully that all works out well. We'll see how we go. To remove the suspension is an absolute pain because none of these bolts have been touched at all. That's why we're getting the old trusty hammer out. So Deji here needs a 22mm socket. Conveniently, I talk all the way around here to get into where we have our tools. I just remembered this car has heaps of tools in the boot, so I'm gonna see if there's a 22mm socket. I highly doubt it, but wouldn't it be great? So the convenient part about someone deciding to destroy this boot, which wasn't me, was I can just unlock it anytime I want with one of these.
It's like everyone else.
Yes, yeah. That's also part of it. I think it's in the back seat. Hello there.
Electronic injection.
Oh, electronic injection. I've got a few in here, and you got some there. What do you know? Probably been in there for 10 years, 20 years. Never thought it was going to be used again, and here she is.
Sick.
Beautiful. What do you think about what I've purchased?
I like it, man.
Making progress? Alright, so what we're doing is... Oh yeah, well that wasn't meant to happen. Try to loosen this joint here by whacking it, just to loosen it up, because obviously it hasn't been touched in 25 years. This guy's trying to get the hammer that's also about 25 years old back in order. But it should just pop straight out. So I'm lifting it up, trying to loosen it as he hits it. I love VLs. I'm a Holden man. I'm not very happy. Oh, sounds like it's ready. It's coming. So what we're doing is, because he hammered the shit out of it, it's like all spread out. So it was a 21mm before, but now it's like a 22, so we can't get our breaker bar on it. So now this is the Mr. Maker, work it out yourself, all that good stuff. It's loosening, taking its sweet time, but it's loosening. 24-year-old bolt, which thought it was done for life, is now being resurrected. Got it? I'm not lifting it, I'm just holding it still. After non-stop trial and error trying to get this bloody bolt off, which decided to turn itself into a 22mm, we tried absolutely everything, but it just kept on spinning. We shoved a flathead screwdriver in it, We decided to resort to just smashing the thing and hoping it just eventually falls off, because we think it may be just rust that's just welded itself together.
Alright, this thing hasn't been touched in about 25 years. Haven't said that before. But now we're going to put that just here, out the way. Do the side thing to the other side. Hopefully it's a bit less of a bastard. Alright, so all we're doing is we're going to move the subframe. We're just going to slide it in from over there. Should be pretty sweet. Looks about right to me. Yeah?
We decided to get the subframe up onto a tyre, just a used tyre that we had laying around, just to make it easier on our backs to slide the subframe all the way under the car, line it up easier. That way it's already lifted off the ground and we can line it up with the bolts easier. Makes light work of a hard situation.
Yeah, I reckon that's about right. Alright. So what we've done is we've lined up the subframe with the bolts underneath, so we can just lift it straight in and then bolts it in, just makes life easier. It's pretty light though, you know, old car, light subframe.
Yeah, hold on. I'm not doing it, you're doing it.
Fuck, it's a bit tight. Doesn't line up perfectly. See? Maybe we had to push it in at the same time.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. So what we're doing is we're trying to line it up with these bolts. He did his first, so I'm going to do mine, but we need to do it at the same time. Nah, still nah. Oh, yeah? Yeah, I got one. Back. I'm doing it up now. Yeah, hold on. My knees love this. Right, retarded. Got it. Oh! Nah, I just about did. Oh, what a pain. Alright. Well, one's bolted on, now we gotta do the other ones. What a pain. What a pain.
This one's weird. I gotta move it because I don't know if the car's straight.
Yeah, right. Gotcha.
Why isn't the subframe straight?
Who knows? It's a mystery. Old man inspecting the car. What do you think? Bye, Camaro, he says. So he's just seen the bolts to straighten the frame with the actual car because it's slightly off. Maybe it's been an accident before. Who knows? It's a 25-year-old car. Yeah, straight now, he says. Bit of progress. Subframe's just about in. Now we got the 2 suspension pieces and the brakes to go into with it. Just putting the final bolts in because we got the first 2 in and we took care of it from the top. Getting there. So just on the dash was this paper that says a rego number. And in Vic Roads, you can actually search up the registration and see when a car was last registered. So I'm going to do that because I'm very curious. Alright, suspension time. Now we're putting the actual suspension in. Losing a bit of sunlight, but not too bad. So, yeah. Yeah, it's not heavy at all, is it? Fantastic. So what he needs to do is me to put the bolts in into the top here as he's lifting the entire assembly up, and then that'll bolt to the subframe. Do the same thing on the other end. Only difference is I've got to put that little thing in underneath it. But it should be done. You know, losing light, but you know, it should be right. Getting there slowly. Right, so one bolt's in, which makes it a bit easier because all the weight's taken off. Now it's a game of lining these up here and then putting it in.
You line them all up at once, but
Well,
yeah,
well,
I didn't exactly do that.
that's alright.
Alright, maybe take the other bolt out.
Alright, ready?
Yep.
You got to lift it a bit?
Yeah, I got it.
Oh, yep, that's a bit stubborn. Try and move it around maybe a bit. Alright, I'm getting the fucking spanner.